one of the things that we dig into in these upcoming episodes is how our backgrounds play into, who we show up as in our marriage. Mm-hmm. And part of that, is what we're talking about now in terms of the evolution, seeing things one way and then seeing things a different way. And so we did talk about, Melissa's parents' divorce and how that really shaped what she's talking about now. And it's interesting to me because, it's always kind of grass is always greener. If you grow up with married parents, supposedly, those kids know what they're doing when it comes to marriage versus if you don't. It's like, no, we're all figuring it out. And but I want to show this clip just to get a little bit more background on what you're talking about now.
The infidelity in my parents' marriage, I believe was a result, I believe was the result of my mom not sharing her unhappiness earlier. And so, do I get emotional?
You do. That means it's okay. Feel it, feel that.
So, I don't want to cry. So, hold on. Taking a moment. More recently, with Evan and I have been determined to speak how I feel and not allowing things to compile and blow up later. And I honestly believe that that's how 20 and 30-year marriages, you're like, y'all been married longer than y'all been alive. You know what I mean? Not alive, but single. When you think about it, and now you want to separate, your whole worlds are wrapped up in each other and you want to, this doesn't make sense. And so in my own life, I've been determined specifically, I'm gonna talk right, the last 2 years and even more so this year, the last year or so, saying, hey, this bothers me. Hey, I need you to do this. Hey, this is actually what I like. And when you do that, that's the opposite of what I like. Making sure I speak those things because we've been married since we were 21.
We're 35.
We're 35 years old. That's a long time. We've now been married longer than we've been apart.
Oh,
Let me tell you something. I'm angry at myself for sending y'all that picture.
Not me either. You're not mad at me either.
Man.
That was prom. Oh man, I got emotional watching that all over again because my parents now have been divorced for 13 years or something like that, and sometimes those wounds are still so fresh. Mm-hmm. And I use their relationship really as a cautionary tale because being 15 years married, dating this man for 20 years, we've been together now, we are 36, that's 20 years. You start to really understand how things happen. Once you start having life experiences behind you, once you start having all of these years of relationships behind you, you have those asks, those things that are important, those needs that aren't being met, you start to understand how things start to stack against you. And then I realized this is what my parents went through. When I was younger, they got, like I said, 13 years ago was about the time they got divorced. We were still freshly married, so it's I don't understand. I'm still happy, young, and my novelty glasses on, and this is the best thing ever, and I can't believe y'all would get divorced. Y'all been together for 25 years. This don't make no sense. Right. 15 years now into my thing, and I'm like, listen, child, I get it. Let me offer y'all a little bit more grace because I understand how you get there. But what I refuse to be is my parents. And so I had to say, literally this year, I've had some updates, and I'm sorry that this is going to be difficult for you because I'm going to start speaking up more about things that I don't like and I haven't liked in years. And instead of allowing that resentment to build to a moment where we're 30 years married when the kids are gone, and you no longer have them to occupy your time, and you're stuck looking at this literal stranger because you spent no time connected with one another, I refuse to do that. So let's work on this thing now.
I just want to say one thing. Sure. So this was really tough. So this actually happened after this, so we can share a secret. Yeah. So for apparently in our marriage for 20 years, I had bought Melissa gifts, and she never said when she didn't like them. Right? So when she liked them.
It happened after this?
Yeah, this happened in February.
Okay, go.
This happened in Mother's Day. So So all these years, I'm buying her gifts. And of course, she likes some she doesn't like. But when she doesn't like them, she never says anything to me, right? So her birthday last year, I bought her 2 Gucci fanny packs, okay? 2. Gucci. You feel me? Thing been going good for the kid, you know? So for the first time ever, she was like, you know what? I don't really need 2 Gucci fanny packs. Like the fanny packs is like a trendy thing. I don't really need that. How about we take one back and get me a purse so I can use it all the time? I'm like, okay, you know, that's unusual, but makes sense, okay? As long as you're happy, I'm happy. But like we do in marriages, we got a scoreboard, and the scoreboard only happens when something's bad, right? So I put that in the back of my mind like, she returned a gift, huh? But I don't say nothing, okay? The next Mother's Day, like literally the next time I'm buying her a gift, I buy her some red bottom Christian Louboutin shoes. And I'm talking sparkly, diamondy, great to me. You know, hand her these shoes on the gram. She's opening the box. I'm already recording like this is perfect for my story. Yeah, no, this is gonna kill. She doesn't like, I noticed in the story, and she didn't give me the reaction I wanted, so I didn't post it. I was like, you know what, I don't really like how I want another take. I want to give you a chance to give me what I was going for in my shot. So now, a week or 2 later, she comes back and she's like, you know what, I don't even like those shoes. I don't even like gaudy shoes like that. I want you to take these back and get me a pair that I'll like. So I'm like, now y'all want to hear some truth? We were working on in our marriage being completely open and honest at the time. We had heard it in podcasts, so we're trying it, right? So I say, man, you're getting really difficult to shop for, okay?
Yeah.
And that's the one.
Sound effects.
Then I follow that up and I say, I know some women that would have liked that gift. I know. Where are you going? Hold on. Major.
No, that is a rookie mistake. You've been in this game 20 years. You're a veteran.
Fellas,
She asked me for honesty.
fellas, if you ever want to be single,
I know. So I was working on.
Don't be honest.
So
Much honesty.
what happened was during this time, like this, and I'm mad. I'm like, how does a gift become an argument? Like, you know, you're ungrateful. Like, I'm saying how I really feel. Unwise, admittedly so. But what she says is, and this really like, it cut through in it. You know, she said, you know what? Because I'm mad. You know, when you're mad, you say stuff you don't mean, but you do mean. You know? I'm like, look, from now on, you know how men are. We 2 things wrong. All right, fine. Gift cards for the rest of your life. You'll never get this from me again.
You go shopping by yourself.
Yeah, go shopping. Go, here's $500. Go to Amazon and go crazy. So she tells me, like, no, that's a cop-out. You doing that is a cop-out. I'm not asking you to give me $500. Obviously, we got the same bank account. I could take $500 out. That's not what I want from you. What I want for you is to see me. I want you to see my closet and know that these are nice shoes because they're Louboutins, but they're not my style.
Louboutin.
I know it was expensive. I was at Nordstrom's rack and I was like, let me get the shiny ones. Right? So she's like, I no longer am I gonna allow you to just get away, because I didn't know, like, part of the reason is for so many years, she never said when she doesn't like gifts. She never said, hey, this isn't my style, this is. She would just take the gift that I bought her. If she didn't like it, she'd throw it away 6 months later. I wouldn't pay attention. You wear it once, I'm like, cool, you know? So now I realize, okay, I gotta take some more time. So now I'm taking more inventory of my wife, listening, eavesdropping. She's talking to her sister. She's like, you know what, girl, I need a cute little carry-on piece of luggage. Like not a roller, but like a little satchel thing that'd be perfect for my makeup and my shoes and my blanket. So I'm like, bet, right? So now I go and buy it for her on a random Wednesday. No holiday attached. That way, if she's mad, it's like, it's just a Wednesday gift. You can't be mad. It's just a Wednesday, right? So what I said all that to say is the version of her that she just became is something I was not accustomed to for 20 years. For 20 years, I've been used to her saying, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And the first 2 times she said, I don't like something, now I'm bucking. You're too hard to shop for. Another one, like, and this is how social media can play you, because people be like, well, how's social media a problem? When I posted actually, I did post a clip for a little bit, but then I deleted it later because it had poor performance, right? But in the responses, it was women like, that's great, Kev, these are dope, I like these. So I'm taking some random woman's praise and then applying it to the woman who the gift is for. So it doesn't matter if they like it, it ain't for y'all. You know what I mean? So I had to really honestly understand that gift was never for Melissa in the beginning. It was for me to show, I'm Kev on stage. Look what my wife gets for being with me. It didn't matter if you liked it or not, because it ain't for you. It had glistening. I wanted to see it shine and reflect on my ego. And she called me on that. And I really was mad that she really called me on the truth. And I had to eat my ego and really be like, you know what? After I cried and complained and like acted like a little baby, you were completely right. That was the wrong purchase. And since then, my gifts have been out of this world. I mean, I've just been.